diving in talking about how to set and adjust the rebound on your bike suspension. Guys, if you like these videos, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel as well, and let's dive into this video. So what is rebound anyway? Rebound is how quickly your suspension returns back to the starting position after the suspension is actuated. So if you go across a bump and your suspension, actuates, it's how quickly it returns back. So let's say you have your rebound adjusted very, very tightly, you have a lot of rebound on, then it's gonna be like a pogo stick essentially. So you're gonna go over a bump and boom, boom, it goes really, really quick. That can be a bad thing. It can actually throw you off the bike if it's adjusted too much. The flip side of that is if you don't have it turned on enough, you could go across that same bump and it slowly returns back. And if you go across another bump quickly after that first one, your suspension hasn't returned back to its normal position and it's not gonna dampen that bump the way it properly should. So we're gonna teach you today how to dial it in correctly and make sure that you have your rebound set to where you actually need it. So it's not a pogo stick and it's not the one where it's not returning back quick enough. We're right in the middle. Some additional things to consider when you're setting your rebound up is what type of terrain that you're gonna be riding across. If you're gonna be riding across a bunch of roots or really small rocks or washboards or things like that where the suspension needs to return pretty quickly, but at the same time, still be able to soak up a bunch of bumps in a row, you really need to set it not all the way, but kind of in the middle, but more like 3/4 of the way through the adjustment. That's going to give you enough dampening, but it's returning very quickly to allow all those quick roots and washboards to be soaked up very consistently. If we were to adjust this where it's essentially off, there's no rebound, then you're gonna be going across those bumps and your suspension's literally gonna be almost to where it's gonna bottom out because it's not having enough time to return before it's being compressed again. So definitely take a look at what type of terrain you're gonna be riding across before you adjust this. For me, right now, I'm just kind of in open desert, going across just open stuff, maybe some rocks here and there. So I'm not really worried about having to return very quickly. So I pretty much set mine in the middle of being adjusted all the way high and all the way low. Let's dive in. I'm going to show you where to find your rebound adjustments on your forks for both air forks and hydraulic forks. They're pretty much the same and they're typically color coded as well, so you can find them pretty easily. And we're going to show you kind of what the differences are and show you how it works on your bike. So if we're looking at your mountain bike's fork, chances are your fork's going to look very similar to this if it's an air fork. It's going to have a compression dial or some type of lockout adjustment up top. We're not worried about that. That is not what the rebound is adjusted by. But if you go to the bottom of your fork, typically there's going to be an adjustment down here. And you can see right there, there's a little sticker that says rebound. And it tells us the direction that this needs to travel. So we have a bunny on one side telling us that's fast rebound if we turn it that way. And then if we turn it in this direction, it's a turtle, so it's slow rebound. So we're gonna show you how to go about adjusting this. And this is on a RockShox Recon fork. I'm sure a lot of forks are very similar to this. And then we're gonna show you on a hydraulic fork kind of what it looks like. So this is up under the fork. There's a little bitty dial that is very cheaply made. It's made out of plastic for some reason. I don't know why they made it out of plastic. But this actually turns whether you want it fast or slow. So we put it towards the fast setting. And now I'm going to show you how that fork reacts with it under that fast setting. And then we'll come back and do it under the slow setting. Okay, so we have it adjusted all the way to where the rebound is in its fastest setting. Look at this. It's like a pogo stick. It really returns very fast. So, watch out. This could be too much if you set it way too high. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set it all the way to the slowest setting. This thing's kind of a pain in the butt to do. On a hydraulic fork, it's very, very simple. Okay, watch how slow this returns. Very, very slow. So you can imagine if you were going across multiple bumps, look at that, it doesn't have a chance to return back. It's just very, very slow. All right, so that would be too much. We backed it off. It would be too little amount of rebound. So we're gonna put it kind of in the middle. So you can see if you were going across multiple bumps there, the fork is still returning to where it needs to be to get you across those multiple sections of bumps and stuff you're going across. So that's where I like to have it, kind of just in the middle, and it works out very good for me. So if you have a full suspension bike and you have a rear shock like this one does, it also has a rebound adjustment for the rear shock. You can see right there, Rebound also has the turtle and the bunny. If we're turning it this way, that is gonna increase how fast the rebound is. And if we turn it the opposite way, that's gonna slow down the rebound. And notice here, the rebound adjustment dial is red. Usually, they're always gonna be color-coded red for the rebound. And then you see there's blue on this one. That is for your lockout or your compression. So keep that in mind, they are color-coded most of the time. Okay, I wanna show you how quickly this can rebound back because it's set on the fastest. See, it's like a pogo stick. I can literally bounce up and down, it's like a pogo stick. All right, we're gonna turn that all the way down and then watch how it reacts. It doesn't even come back up. It just kind of sticks. So not enough rebound. Okay, I'm gonna put it about halfway. And you can tell that is still not enough. It's not returning back quick enough. All right, there would be about right. So it's kind of a good middle of the road setting there. So that's how it works, guys. If you have a full suspension bike, that's how you go about setting up your rebound. And keep in mind, once again, depending on where you're riding, the type of terrain and stuff, go through and kind of fine tune this to where it's going to suit your needs a little bit better, because you know it's going to be different for every single rider weight, all that plays a factor. All right, let's go try this on a hardtail with just a hydraulic fork. Okay, now we have a hardtail with just a hydraulic fork up front. So notice we have a lockout and a compression dial up top, which is in blue once again. And then down here, we have a red dial that says Rebound right here. So it gives you the directions for you to adjust that. So we reached down and turned it all the way off, and watch how slow this returns. Very slow. So if we were going over washboards or really small roots and things like that, it's not going to be able to return back to that starting position. And honestly, it feels kind of like you lose a little bit of travel because it's not returning all the way up. All right, so I'm going to reach down and turn it all the way on. Watch the difference here. Now it's like a pogo stick. All right, so I'm going to turn this back just a little bit, probably about halfway. And you can see that's kind of like the happy medium. It's not too fast, but it's not too slow. All right, I hope you liked this video on how to adjust and set up your rebound for your bike. Setting your rebound is a very crucial step in setting up your mountain bike so it rides at its peak performance, and it gives you a better ride quality overall. If you did like this video, please leave me a like. Also, we'd love to have you subscribe to the channel as well. Help us out a little bit. And also turn on that notification bell so you can get more videos on how to do things like setting your rebound. All right, catch you in those next videos.